Yes, people, welcome back to Team Talk TV podcast. It's episode 59. Always a packed schedule. Here we are again. We've got Dan Stelios on the show. How you doing, Dan?
Move on to the next person.
Okay, we'll come on to your game, obviously, but before we do, we've got two other Arsenal fans. We've got Ibs munching on his sweets. How are you, Ibs?
I'm good.
Yeah.
God's day, Sunday, it's God's day, so I'm happy.
Man said God's day,
It is. It's God's day, Sunday, so I'm happy. I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, very good, man. Very good. And we've got Dots with his Arsenal tracksuit. How are you, mate?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. We'll come on to Arsenal later on, and of course,
Wear it now. We can wear it now, boy.
and then of course we've got Coach as well on the show. Coach, how you doing?
Yeah. I'm good, man.
Everyone's just munching and eating right now, but it's all right. We'll get into it. Obviously, we've just watched Chelsea lose by 3-1 at home against Manchester City. I thought Manchester City were absolutely fantastic. They were 3-0 at half-time, a consolation. I mean, Stelios, I'm just going to give you the floor, man. I mean, were absolutely fantastic. But let's talk about the game firstly before we talk about other topics. I mean, how are you feeling, bro?
Obviously, don't feel great. It's not a good result. I think that it was a game that Lampard probably needed to win. But watching the game, first half, we completely got annihilated. First 10 minutes, I think we started well. We started well in the sense that, I don't think City moved or played as intense for the first 10 minutes, probably just wanted to settle into the game. But the minute they got into their groove, they were passing around us, numerical advantages, all parts of the pitch, overloads, runners that just couldn't be kept up with. And all in all, just a great display from City in the first half. Second half, I don't think they really, I said it when we were 2-0 down, we're not going to see the ball again. They just kept the ball for the second half, stretched Kante's hamstring. Kante had to come off the pitch. But what can you do, man? The game was what it was, man.
Before we talk more about Chelsea and the manager and all of that stuff as well, I have to say Manchester City were absolutely fantastic that first half. I've never really been keen on Ilkay Gundogan at Manchester City, but this season he's been fantastic, and today was outstanding. De Bruyne finally had a good game. It's been a long time since he's had a performance like that, and City, for me, obviously.
Shahab, why were they that good though?
I didn't know Gundogan had that in his locker. I didn't.
He's always had it.
Shahab, you said that Man City played well, yeah, but why did they play well? What was the underlying fact in that game that was the difference?
Listen, maybe you can tell me, Coach, but I think De Bruyne and Gundogan, what they did personally, they made Kante look silly. That's rare. And I think...
Yeah.
Is that fair, though? Or was it just Kante there? Kovacic was there too, guys.
Kovacic, yeah.
So, the reason why I ask you that question is because, once again, it goes back to everyone missing the point sometimes. It's that, yes, you see what they're doing on the ball. You're not seeing what City are doing off the ball to win it high up the pitch. Work rate from the so-called star players that should have egos and whatnot. But the way they work hard off the ball, Chelsea couldn't get out. They couldn't get into Kante. They couldn't get into Mason Mount. They couldn't get into Kovacic. They couldn't. As soon as those guys got the ball, they were never on the half turn.
They didn't even get that far, Coach, bro. Sorry, I have to stop you there, bro. Literally, the minute Mendy played the ball to Silva, the press on the two centre-backs was
on.
Disgusting. Silva couldn't play out like the way, he's the person that usually carries the ball out for us. And then obviously he has to trust Zuma. Zuma's not great on the ball anyway. So They knew that the minute Zuma got the ball, they're pressing the fullback because they know that's his outlet pass. And then they're pressing him hard. And then it's either we go long or we get attempt to pass into the midfield and it gets intercepted. It was poor.
I just think City's work rate is what I love the most.
Intense.
Off the ball to win the ball back. Because they know they got the quality on the ball. They know they have that. But if you look at their work rate off the ball, like Dan just said, they couldn't even get out their own half sometimes. They couldn't get their own half. So I think that was a big thing to do with...
That's always from City for a while, I haven't, not in the big games anyway. We haven't seen that kind of that high press, that intensity, and just the domination. We haven't seen that for a while. Not this
Yeah,
season.
because if you look at City Dots, have they got a destroyer in the middle? An out and out, yo, get to him and he will destroy play. They don't really have that.
Yeah, Fernandinho was on the
You need
bench
to win the ball back. They don't really have a destroyer in the middle.
Yeah, you're right.
And to be honest, if you want me to be honest, I just think that like Pep Guardiola is a high caliber manager, and if you want me to be honest, I think he looks at Lampard as a joke, man. And just thought, and he probably thought today, yeah, we're gonna like it's predictable. We know what they're gonna come with. Let's
You know
set up
what,
our
Dan?
side to do
You know
this.
what, yeah? He's obviously watched last week my little man Arteta, what he did to him, yeah? If Arteta's doing this to you, oh my God, if Arteta's doing this to you, when you come, when I bark you next week,
It's gonna be a very long thing. Exactly.
Yeah, it was in big trouble, boy.
And
Dan, anyway, but you did
again-
say he was going to win the, as long as you got Chilwell and Mendy, you said you're going to win the league. So
okay, cool.
I keep telling guys about this Chilwell guy, yeah. That every
no, I said Chilwell.
Chilwell is no
said I didn't
Ashley
want
Cole,
Chilwell.
bro.
I know.
Chilwell's
I
no
said
Ashley Cole.
I didn't want Chilwell.
Okay, cool.
Everyone in the group knows that I said I didn't want Chilwell. And reality is, anyway, bro. The problem with Chilwell is no. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it's his fault, but he kills our attack a lot in the sense that the minute the ball goes to him, yeah, you see how slow he is, like how he plays. It's literally, we're pinging it, playing it because he's so weird. It's literally a case of he can only realistically either cross it or make one pass. So if one pass off, he's for the cross. Do you get what I'm saying? It's literally, it's just so predictable from him. And I've been complaining about it all season. Why cross it when we got Werner up front? It's not like we got Giroud or Tammy playing. So it's yeah, of course he's gonna have assists because he crosses. Like anyone, the odd cross will somebody and someone will score. If you cross 10, 15 times in a game, there's a chance that two people may come from it. One goal may come from it. So I'm not really respecting the assist like that. I don't think Chilwell, Lampard wants to play. You need fullbacks that are good on the ball. And I don't think always that. That's the reason why Lampard can't. He's trying to copy other systems from top managers. He can't really have that system if you ain't got a fullback that's good on the ball. On the other side, Azpilicueta, of course, he's not the greatest on the ball, but he's competent on the ball. He can turn either side and find the right pass. Chilwell can't do that.
Let's not say Chilwell's incompetent now. That's a bit too far.
I'm not saying he's incompetent. He's not, but he's not good enough on the ball, bro. He's not good enough.
Stelios, don't you feel that Lampard, once again, like I said last week, he's just trying to make everyone happy? Like for me, Ziyech ain't really been playing recently. You don't feel
he's been injured.
Who's been your on-form winger out of everyone?
Obviously, it's hard to say that.
Who's your on-form winger? Who's your on-form winger?
I know you want me to say Callum, yeah?
No. I'm not saying I want you to say. I'm saying that who you think.
Listen, I think of anyone who's out of all the wingers we have, the person who's put on the best wide performance is Callum. As in when he comes on, the minutes he plays, he's been the best. But that's he's done well. The others have been poor. But I'm not saying that's the reason why Callum is the best. Because he when he came on, but the others have been poor, and I think it's a thing where like people need to step up. I don't think Ziyech should have been rushed back. He's been injured all this time. He's been rushed back today, and and that's because Lampard doesn't trust Callum. He doesn't for some reason. I don't know why.
He doesn't. I can tell you that now. He don't.
And I can see that, and it's bad. It is bad because he trusts people like Mount. And this is the funny thing. Like if you notice. So before the game, I said that I prefer to see Mount in a deeper position. If you're going to play Mount, play him alongside Kante rather than having Mount and Kovacic playing at the same time because they both do the same thing realistically. So in my opinion, Havertz, when Havertz came on and played in the 10 role, we had more going forward. That's the reason why we got the goal. He's the one who got the assist. Whereas obviously people will say Havertz hasn't been great season. Yes, fair enough. But one, he's been playing out of position, and two, he hasn't. Yeah, we haven't. He hasn't obviously been performing well. That's just.
I was interested to know why he picked a midfield trio of Kovacic, Mount, and Kante. The creativity. I don't see it. I don't see the X factor in there. I see a workhorse, which is Kante, and he does Kante stuff like question. But the other two, I don't see the X factor in.
Coach, he had Ziyech, Werner, and Pulisic front three. That's why he probably thought, okay, cool. You three.
But Ziyech ain't been playing, and Pulisic has been off form.
They've got the quality.
Off
They've
form.
got the quality. They can do it. They've got the quality, fam.
Well, against
I
City,
don't think that midfield was the best midfield selection.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Against City. I did say it before the game. I said the midfield battle was going to be very interesting, and I thought before the game I marked. That's insane. I wouldn't even had a three. I would have played a double pivot. I would have played either Kante and Jorginho, Kante and Mount in the holding roles. And then, because you know what City are going to do. You know what they're going to do. They're going to try and keep the ball. So
if you played that double pivot, it would have been far worse, bro.
It wouldn't.
How?
It wouldn't.
It would have been far worse. They would have been outnumbered in that midfield bit, bro. It would have been far worse. I'm telling you, bro.
They would have kept the ball more, but you know City are going to keep the ball anyway. We played with 3 today and they still kept the ball. So what's the point? You might as well play.
Exactly. So you want to reduce it to 2?
Yes, exactly. Yes, so we can have the protection because then we won't concede. And then
what you're saying,
numerical advantages.
Dots, what you're saying is, well, I don't know if Dan's saying the same thing. Basically, you have your 2 flat and 1 in front. That 1 in front is going to be on Rodri anyway.
Exactly.
You are going to be covering their other 2 midfielders, which is De Bruyne and Gundogan. So realistically, you're still matching up. You might lose the possession battle, but defensively, you might be a bit.
That person that you've got on Rodri, are they going to be pressing and harassing Rodri?
That's the thing, but that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing.
If you put Kai Havertz there, he wouldn't have done that.
I agree with you, Lloyd. And that's the thing, yeah. So before the game, yeah, I said, I wonder if we're going to line up 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1. Now, if he went 4-2-3-1 and had Mount saying, look, just keep Mount on Rodri so that, because you know they want to play through Rodri. So that's what I know. Mount's got the energy. So I thought, okay, cool. You stick Mount on Rodri. That's probably the reason why he's playing. But that didn't even happen. We just sat back in a flat. I think we were defending 4-5-1, flat line. Just gave City the possession. Just let them play. And I was just thinking, like, what is Lampard thinking? Like, what do you get what I'm saying? What's he trying to do? What's his aim? Like, we're 2-0 down now. Like, you're still playing 4-5-1. Change your system up. Even we came out second half, same thing. He didn't change it until the 75th minute. It's not good enough.
For me, I think
head of PE, boy. Head of PE.
Listen, right now, I'm gonna hold my hands up and give it to him while he's here. Ibs is sounding like a prophet right now. I'll be real. Because Ibs called this in December. He said he won't last in December. Obviously January, so it's not precise time, but it's round about the same time that right now.
I'll come to you, Ibs, quickly because I was just saying before you came into the call, Coach, whether you want to believe it or not. But actually, before I say it, I just wanted to quickly on City. You were just mentioning, Coach, off the ball. Probably didn't think about that before you asked that question. But I think when City don't have the ball, they want to make sure that the team don't actually come in their half, and they do that very well.
Yes.
I know it's been very difficult in the last 18 months with them because when teams beat their fullbacks, because they're so high sometimes, it's a mess. Obviously, the defensive side of it, they haven't had their centre-backs. It's messy for them. So I get what you're saying there, Coach. And also, as Dots said at the start, I actually didn't think Gundogan had that in his game. And he was just fantastic. He was subbed off. De Bruyne was fantastic as well. Foden. And credit to Manchester City. But actually, we will talk about Lampard because that was one of the main topics. Last week, Dan, we did say that he had to get at least 4 points against Villa and City. He's only got 1. And even against Aston Villa, it was a tight game. Oof. And according to The Athletic, 2 Chelsea journalists, Liam Twomey and Simon Johnson, they've actually put an article out just an hour ago or hour and a half ago saying that Chelsea are already looking at alternative options for Frank Lampard and his job is under threat.
Listen.
So before we come on to you, Dan, Ibs wanted to coach.
Go on, Ibs.
I said it. You can't spend that amount of money and not expect instant results, because if you're spending 72 on Havertz and you're spending 50 whatever it is on Werner and you're bringing in a big centre back like Thiago Silva and then you're spending on Chilwell, you need to produce.
Don't forget that.
Lindy, sorry, there you go. You need to produce instant results, and for them not to beat anyone in the top 10 besides West Ham isn't good enough. For them to be in a situation where now you're or whoever, I don't know, like, but to be in a situation where after 3 losses or 3 poor results, you'd say by their standards, they're now calling for Frank's head. it just shows you that Chelsea have not changed. They will chop you. They will chop you if it don't work well. I know, Dan, you might not agree. I get it. But for me, Lampard came in because of the transfer ban. There was no transfer ban. He was never getting that job in the first place. So he got the year and a bit to say, okay, look, Frank, there's no money. Go have fun. But now there's money and you're splashing it. Werner hasn't scored in 12. Werner hasn't scored in 12. And Kai can't even get minutes. Why is Billy Gilmore coming on before Havertz?
Billy Gilmore. Oh.
Wait.
I feel like Gilmore done well when he came on, and to be honest,
come on,
he came on because Kante had an injury. He didn't come on because Frank was saying,
okay.
Proceed.
But at a point where you're 3-0 down, you could have just said, look, slot Kovacic there and bring on.
Never.
Just listen. You could even do it with Mount. It doesn't matter. You bring on your players that you spent money on. Kai is getting 13 minutes here, 15 minutes there, 12 minutes here, 20 minutes there. For me, I feel sorry for the kid.
I agree.
I can see the Ozil in him because the way he strolls is exactly like Ozil. I get it. There will be a sense of he's lazy, he doesn't move. But you can see that kid has such a talent, but he's being wasted right now. And for me, I go back to what I said to you last week. Abraham has to play.
Come on now, man. Come on, man. I was getting onto that.
Seriously, man.
Werner's gone 12 games without a goal. Yeah? Like I said, he needs to play out from the left, but be closer to Tammy. Tammy has been scoring goals. Giroud's been scoring goals. You're still persistent with Werner, which I understand because you pay big bucks. I'm sorry. Tammy has to play. I'll stick by that. I'm not even trolling here. I'm being deadly serious.
Listen, after today, you know what? After today, I don't know if I can even argue.
It's the same way Lacazette has to play for Arsenal right now. They might not be the best, but they're bringing in something.
Yeah.
Listen, Lampard is in big trouble. Let me finish. Let me land. He's in big trouble, G. Like 250 million spent, right, or thereabouts, and he's not doing what you'd expect him to do, right? Today, again, for me, on paper, a poor City team, right? They got bopped all over the park today. It could have even been worse than the 3 that they got, right? Guys were saying, "Oh, let's remember it's City, blah blah." We did the same to them last week. It could have been more, and it should have been more last week, right? It should have been more than the 3 that we gave them against a raw Arsenal team. We've been in the trenches, raw. Like, you get me? We've been awful, and we gave them 3. Could have been 4. Could have been 5. You get me? So for me, I think, right, Frank, he'll probably get the chop by end of month. I think so, personally. You get me? He's not getting a tune out of the big quality signings that he's made, right? And his only saving grace at the moment is the fact that the league is so topsy-turvy, right? You can win 2 games in a row and be there. You can lose 2 games in a row and people will be saying you're in a relegation battle. So that's how the league is at the moment. How tight it is, how congested it is at the top. That's his only saving grace. But he knows, he's played for Chelsea. He's seen them lower the axe on people's heads. Lower the axe. They will lower the axe, guys. Come on. 12 managers in 11 years. It says it all. Keep playing games. In a pandemic, I've blasted 250 M's. Yeah, this is Roman Abramovich right now. I'm calculating. I've blasted 250, Frank. Yeah, and you're messing about with my. Havertz is not playing. Werner can't score. My guys are just fumbling. They'll chop him. Who are you? You're Frank Lampard. They'll chop you, bro. There's candidates out there right now that can come in and get a tune out of these players. Crucial. The old Juve manager, what's his name again? Allegri, that everyone's making noise about. There's people local. They will come and collect, and it'll be simple. People won't even know about Frank Lampard anymore, bro. Like, I mean, they'll just move on from him. Because at the moment, it's looking real bad, baby. It's looking bad. It's looking bad.
I hope he gets the same treatment Ollie's been getting, boy.
And Arteta, coach, people give him the same treatment. Because what? No winning 6 games or something like that. Come on. I want the same energy for this guy, for this head of PE.
He hasn't beat a big team. That is not good enough.
That's poor.
I'm going to let Dan to finish it off quickly. And actually, I just want to say, Ibs, what you said last week, my brother actually supports Chelsea as well. He's only a year younger than me. And he was actually saying what you said, that he feels like Werner should not play for the next 2-3 games And he said that since Abraham always plays, he always scores. Now, I know Dan had a different argument to that side of it as
Not
well.
always. Not always. Not always.
Mhm.
But in the last 3 games, he scored. You can't just drop a striker because of your spent money when the other striker ain't scored for now 12 games. Football is so, you've got to play him. No, if he's not producing, get out of the team. They did it with Pogba at United. He was doing Everton dugout for how long? And other dugouts. You play McTominay and Fred. You can't just play players because you can't. I'm sorry. Tammy has to start. But I'm not a Chelsea fan, so I don't really care.
Dan, I'm going to let you finish it off quickly. What needs to probably happen for Chelsea? I know it's very easy to say that you need to win the next game, but yeah, I mean, Lampard to
Who is your next game, Chelsea?
They've got Fulham away.
Like,
yeah,
I should win that, man.
So Dan, you know,
yeah, people saying Fulham is not light. If you want, as in no. It's a game we should win. But I'm saying I would not be surprised if we drop points. I wouldn't be surprised.
Confidence is low right now, but
you're sounding like me 2 weeks ago, my guy.
Bro, I listen. So, okay, I hear what everyone said. Yeah, now everyone's right to an extent. Everyone is right. Like, I think first, let's address the money situation first. Everyone's talking about this 250 million, etc. Now, the way you have to understand it is making up for 2 seasons. Like last season, we didn't spend any money. We raised this money was by selling Morata, selling Hazard, bringing in almost 200 million in sales.
That's true. That's true.
Nice on paper, bro. But they're not hearing that.
I get that. But what I'm saying is the results ain't matching up with the money we spent. So I agree there.
The key word is expectation here. What do we expect? Bare minimum.
Absolutely. But in my opinion, I don't think the sacking Lampard now is the right move. Just because I think we just need to see out the season. Obviously, if it's looking like top 4, if top 4 is now maybe 12, 14 points out of reach, then that's a point to start saying, okay, we need to
then that's too late. That's too late then.
I get that. It might be too late.
The thing is, sorry to cut you off here, but if you brought in a better manager now, you get a new manager bounce to probably bring new ideas. You could probably get top 4 with the way the league is going. Right? Yeah. If you leave it too late, it's good night Vienna, bro. And
no, I hear that. Like it's just a frustrating one because it's like at the start of the season, I predicted Chelsea to win the league. Now everyone might be like, "Oh, what? That's a crazy prediction." I don't think the prediction based on the squads was that bad of a prediction. I don't think it was that outlandish, that unrealistic.
But Dan, you did say if we get a left back,
a new keeper. I said a new keeper. It was a new keeper. Yeah. Now
you said a left back as well, though, Dan.
Yeah. Okay. But the new keeper was the main thing because Kepa was a problem. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, obviously, when I look at things, reality is we were playing better football last season than we are this season. And that's what's surprising to me because it's like we've got better players. So I was thinking, okay, based on what Lampard done with players that, weren't exactly like top tier talent, etc., and he's brought in top tier talent, if we can perform, same type of football from last season, at least with better players, we should see much better results. And obviously I expected a lot of the other teams to drop points. Like you've seen Liverpool dropping points. You've seen obviously City, etc. A lot of the top teams are dropping points. So this was the chance and the opportunity for Lampard to take Chelsea to a league title. He hasn't taken it. We fucked up in a lot of games. It's disappointing to see, but yeah, man. Like I don't know if sacking him right now would probably be beneficial, just because it might create,
you gotta give him to the end of the season, man.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, look, you might as well just see it out, and then if you're gonna chop his head, do it end of the season, end of the year. It's like, look, your results weren't good enough. But I just think to change now, if you change and then someone else comes in and it doesn't produce again, then it's just, you know what I'm saying? It's like, let's just ride the wave, get to the end of the season, and then make a decision. But then, like I said, if it gets to the point where it's like top 4 is now looking unrealistic, then we need to say, okay, yeah, let's just bring in somebody experienced who can try and get the best out of these players. Tuchel will be my choice. I think that.
Why?
Because I like the football that he plays. I like the way he sets his sides up. I like the way he sets his sides up, both with Dortmund, old Dortmund side, and PSG. I know PSG, will people say it was a Farmers League and stuff, but you know, they got to a Champions League final based on the way he set them up. So yeah, very, very big on positional play. I like him.
I'm just going to quickly wrap it up. We've spoken over 20 plus minutes on Chelsea and Manchester City. It's about, I can understand what you're saying, Dan, but as Dots was saying, it's how the board would see it. And that's always been the case with Chelsea. And obviously, I'm sure everyone will agree in that case as well. I'm going to say one thing for the camera. Don't get Thomas Tuchel, Chelsea. Don't be stupid. Don't get that massive bellend, please. Keep Lampard if you want at the end of the season.
Bellend!
Oh, I've never heard you like this, bro.
I don't like Chelsea, but don't get him, please. Just start there. You're going to be more stressed than I tell you. So that's it really. But before we talk about the title race, as you were mentioned at the end there, about Manchester United after their win against Villa 2-1, and we'll talk about Liverpool. But before we do that, it's another win for Arsenal. But this time it was a really dominated performance, 4-0, 2 fantastic goals. Kieran Tierney on his right foot as well, and Saka, the lovely football. We'll speak just quickly on them. Well, the question really that was on the agenda was, has Arteta finally found his team now? Because he was playing Emile Smith-Rowe, he was playing Martinelli as well. Bukayo Saka looks like being the main man. Yeah, you Arsenal boys, tell me, man. I mean, how are you feeling? Things have changed. 3 wins out of 3, and Arsenal looking good.
Yeah, man. I think for me, I'd say Arteta has identified and included certain players that will give him that youthful zip and enthusiasm that was needed, right? That useless Willian, oh God, with his stupid afro and his cardio every match, offering nothing, no shots on target, no crossing, no nothing, no passing accuracy, nothing. He was killing Arteta. Not just him, but he was killing Arteta, right? So now that all the Sakas and the Smith-Rowes and the Martinellis, they've got that youthful exuberance, right? And the quality that they brought to the team. And I'm happy for Arteta because he was looking directly down the barrel. The shot he was in his system, the shot he was in his face live. The shotgun was right in his face.
Legit.
So it could have been really bad for him. So I'm happy for him. With Partey to come back as well, and an additional creative player, we can start looking forward, boy, and see what we can salvage from this raw season. But for me, it's game by game because we know like how quickly things can flip on its head at the moment in this season, especially. But it's pleasing to see, boy, with the results we've achieved. For me, most importantly, right? It's the football. Yesterday, I see champagne football. Moe was there, Belair was there. I was like, yeah, let's go, baby. You get me? It felt like that second goal, especially. It felt like old Arsenal again, right? The quick zip passing and then pass it into the net. They literally passed it into the net. We haven't seen that Ibs all season, right, guys? We haven't seen that all season. Like, it felt like finally we're playing good football. Like results are cool, but we're finally playing good football now. We had like 21 shots, 12 or so shots on target. We haven't seen that from Arsenal since Wenger days, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? So I know it was against a poor West Brom side, but a few weeks ago, we were not even mustering 3 shots on target. You get me? So it's a step in the right direction. I'm happy for Arteta. I'm happy for these young kids coming in the team and making improvements to the team. And hopefully Arteta just sees it like, okay, cool. These are the guys that are going to help me and save my job inevitably, right? Because the Pepes, the Willians, all those guys, they were going to get him sacked before he knew it. So yeah, I'm happy for him, man. I'm happy for him.
I think for me, one thing that's been pretty evident, and it's probably what Arsenal have been calling out for, is someone to play in the hole. And you can see that when you had Willian, Aubameyang, Lacazette, or Willian, Pepe, Aubameyang, it was so rigid. There was no fluidity. It was legit so rigid that and you have 3 centre mids. You have no one creative who's going to get in. And I think because Smith-Rowe's come in now, him and Saka especially are linking up so well that they interchange. And that can cause defenders issues. I just think it's a minor tweak that has given Arteta these results, because you've got players now who are interchanging and allowing the forwards to now get on the ball. This is my point with Lacazette as well, because he brings in the play. When you have someone, it's pretty much how you look at a striker who, like, I don't know, back in the day, you used to look at Jan Koller. He would always bring the Dortmund players into play. If you have someone who can hold the ball up, you have your players around him to do the job. That's all you need. He allows Smith Rowe. I like that Dan's looking.
No, I'm just laughing because of all the players you named Young Collar, fam. Obviously, all of them. But you had so many as a target man to use and you use him. But yeah, carry on.
Smith Rowe, Saka, even Aubameyang to a certain degree, now they can be a bit more fluidity. And that's why I like Aubameyang off the left, because he doesn't really play as a left winger. He's more inside forward, because you can see with what Tierney does, he was so up and down, and it's given him the license to go up and down. So Aubameyang moves inside. This is not different to how Arsenal finished the season in the terms of fluidity. I just don't feel like now, if he goes back to that tried and failed formation and the players, Arsenal will lose 3 like that.
Yeah,
and Docs won't be wearing that tracksuit. I won't be happy. But it's true. Don't lose games, and then
we've gone back to 4 at the back, right? Reverted to 4 at the back.
They'll be calling for his head, and Arsenal just need to keep doing what they're doing. If someone is available, I would buy or loan, but they have to be good. I wouldn't necessarily bring in someone just because of their name. Personally, I feel like you would hinder players who are really trying to play for the team now.
Let's for the viewers, let's just say the names outright. I don't want to see.
Isco
or Ericsson.
Arsenal do not need an Isco. They do not need
Ericsson. Either of them wasted, finished, expired guys. They'll just be coming in.
I agree.
I think the youth that Arteta has now, and the players who want to see these players that want to play for him, he needs to stick with those players. Get Thomas Partey back as soon as possible. Don't rush him back, because I think he can play against Tottenham, but get him back playing, and you'll see a team who can probably push for top 8, top 6. And if we get another cup run, I'm happy. That's it.
Trophy is trophy, baby.
Trophy. This project that Arteta has is a 4 to 5 year project. But if he can steadily just improve season by season, I'm happy.
And it's only going to be a 4 to 5 year project if you back him.
Yeah, hold on, wait. Sorry.
If not, as I said before, it's going to be work experience. And
it will. I agree. But the thing is, one thing that I know we diss owners, but one thing the Cronkies can say is they have spent money. It's just poorly been managed.
Exactly.
Okay, wait. Sorry to interrupt you. Yeah. But I don't mean to rain on you lot's parade, innit? Wait. I don't even mean it like that. I'm just saying I don't mean to take the conversation away from Arsenal, but I just need to go back to Lampard based on what you just said for 1 second. Now, obviously, when we look at it, I think Arteta is doing, like you said, it's a 5-year project. It's taking time, Arsenal haven't had the greatest of forms up to the last 2 games, but when you look at Arsenal, it's like you can understand and see what Arteta is at least trying to do. And Ollie, when United weren't having the greatest results and they went on their Royal Baron run, you could see, everyone will say Ollie didn't have no identity and whatever, and he was trying to figure it out. But at least Ollie was bringing in the right players. You know what I'm saying? There was something there. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, let's give Ollie more time. With Lampard now, I'm struggling to see any future. Does that make sense? It's like I'm not understanding. Okay, what are you trying to do? How are you trying to get us to play? What's your philosophy? None of these things are shining through to me. So
someone highlighted, I think it was in the group, of what Henderson does at Liverpool, and you see how when Trent goes forward, he fills in, or if Robertson goes forward.
It was me that said that. Thank you.
That's what Arteta wants Xhaka to do. Now, obviously, Xhaka ain't the most gifted to do that and not the best player. But you can see that Arteta has a plan that if he gets the right player in who can do that, it will allow his fullbacks to go on, which will allow Aubameyang to come inside. It's all part of a plan, but he hasn't got the personnel to do it yet. But he needs to trust these players that he can do it now. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But you can't go away from your plan. Because if he now goes and shifts William back in, shifts Pepe back in, shifts Luiz back in, you have destroyed everything you've done in the last 3-4 weeks. For players who are names or wages, it's the same as what's happening at Chelsea with Havertz. You can't, or whoever, you just have to play players who want to play for the club. If Pogba don't want to play or whatever, shift him. Just don't play him. Play.
Outright question. What do you need in January?
I think Arsenal needs someone in a creative midfield purpose. He can be an 8, he can be a 6, but someone who can get on the ball and create stuff. What Danny Ceballos did yesterday was good, but I want someone who can say to Partey, "You do that, I'm gonna do that." Because Thomas Partey is good enough for me to hold it. Someone can come in. If someone can come in as an 8 or even a floater and just get creative on the ball, it will allow your front four to have fun. That's what.
Okay, what about when Partey doesn't play?
The thing is, right? It's annoying because it's not annoying. It's not annoying because Smith Rowe's come in, played the last 3 games, started, and he's looked like that player. Slowly, like he hasn't. I'm not saying he's come in and done amazing, done brilliant, but he's come in and looked like the player that we want. I don't want that to be, oh, Smith Rowe's coming through now. Let's not invest in that player. We need that player for sure. We need more of that player. You know what I mean? Because Smith Rowe, he could get injured and we be back to square one again. So
I agree 100%.
We need to invest in that area for sure. What else do we need? We need a right back, boy.
Okay, let me ask you a quick question there, Docs. And I know the only reason I ask this question is because if now Smith Rowe plays and whatever and he gets injured in that. Yeah. Because I know if Arsenal are going to go for Isco, they'll drag it out to the 30th of January. 100%. Yeah. That's what they'll do. Yeah. They'll bring him in and it'll be this great thing. If Isco doesn't come, who steps in? Is it Willian?
Oh, God forbid.
No, but I only ask because the players, if he doesn't sign anyone, you're not going to bring Ozil back in. You're not going to push Ceballos forward.
You know what? And you know what, yeah? Do you know what? There was something cheeky that this guy Arteta said the other day. He said, let's see how the transfer window goes. They asked him about Ozil. He said, let's see how the transfer window goes. If we can bring someone in other words, he said, if not, there may be a way back for this guy.
I mean, that's music to my ears, but hey.
Not music to mine, but that's what
that's going backwards, man. That's
exactly. That's going backwards.
No, it is. I fully agree.
That sounds like a stopgap plan. If we can't get who we want, this is the stopgap plan. Because, we need that creative person. Ozil's apparently been doing great things all in training, blah, blah, blah. Come to the match day pitch and I won't do anything. But that sounds like the stopgap plan that they have in mind.
It is. But I would rather.
I hope they don't do that.
But I would rather Arsenal own it. Don't go out and get Isco. Buy someone, or accept I don't know, work around it. If you have to play Willock or do something. I mean,
oh, Ibs, why do you say these rubbish names, bro?
I don't want Ozil. I don't want Ozil to come in and then be a scapegoat. I'd rather leave him out. If you're not going to go and buy, don't bring Ozil in to be a stopgap. Because if
they don't buy that creative midfielder, let's just close the season, G. Let's close it.
Nah, man, no. Because for me,
bring him back, you look stupid. You look stupid if you bring Ozil back. You cannot bring him back. You look so stupid.
Exactly. Plus, you got Nketiah as well. So therefore,
our coach.
Next thing.
Wrap it up quickly.
Arsenal are doing bits. They're doing I think like Martinelli coming in and Smith Rowe coming in are obviously they're not new signings, but it's giving the energy of new signings almost so I think that the reason why I asked, I do think that although it's not a priority, I think a right back, Dots is right. I think Lamptey, someone like that who can do what Tierney's doing on the left, equaled it on the right.
That's interesting, That's an interesting shout, Lamptey.
I'd love it.
Lamptey's an interesting shout there.
That's only going to happen if Bellerin leaves because you have Cedric there who's on a 4-year deal.
Yeah. Well, Barcelona want Bellerin again. Like they wanted him for a few years now.
Thanks for the years, bro. Bounce, fam. It's time to move on.
I would cash in. I don't think Maitland-Niles is gonna offer you. He's not that. So I think someone like Lamptey would be very dangerous in what Arsenal's trying to do right now.
We'll start building our own Trent and Robertson.
Literally. And the only reason why I'd say Arwa is perfect is just because, like you said, if Smith Rowe gets injured, Arwa can do that, but he can also do the role of I'll sit in midfield and create from deep. So you get almost 2 in 1. Him alongside Partey would be quite dangerous. Man, his future's looking decent for you lot.
But for me, just to wrap it up before you go, me, Arteta, like I said, it's quite simple. You just need to back him. Like the next few windows are going to be very we know January is not really a window. It's not, to me, I don't really look at January as getting your prime players. It's really next summer. Really, Arsenal have to kick on and they have to back him. And I think he will know after next summer whether, you know what, are you guys really backing me or you're not? If not, okay, cool. I'll spend another 18 months here when Pep is done. Then
he has to back himself as well, though. He has to back himself as well, because the last
I think with Arteta,
last 3 weeks,
I think
the last
Arteta,
3 weeks
like Arteta said when he came, in, he knows what a winning squad is like, what it's supposed to like, what the atmosphere is supposed to do like, what training is supposed to do like. You might not have the quality of players right now, but that's a process. At the end of the day, with City, when Pep came in, it's a process. So right now you just got to trust what he's doing and whatnot, and then just back him. I think next summer is going to be really big for Arsenal. Personally, if you back him really good, I think he can buy the right players. That's what I feel.
Yeah, I agree.
The right players. Just like Dan said, you can see what he's trying to implement with the team, with the squad. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, just coach wrapped it up for nicely for the Arsenal one. I think it's been refreshing to see in the last 3 games, but time will tell as the games go on, and that's all really on Arsenal so at the moment. We'll move on to the next topic. We'll quickly try to put 2 teams into one, but we'll come on to the team that actually did play on Friday night. Manchester United beat Aston Villa by 2-1. Bruno Fernandes from the penalty spot winning. And it's another game where United have won. It is a difficult game, obviously. 2 different types of games compared to when they played against Wolves. They got the late winner, and then they're playing a very good Aston Villa side, in my opinion. When I say very good, a decent Aston Villa side. They managed to win that game.
Yeah.
The question really is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer trying to build something here? Are Man United really getting closer and closer in the title race here for themselves?
Aya, come and sit down.
Really build themselves and getting and challenge Liverpool, Manchester City.
Don't get it yet. Well, for me, listen, I'm just sipping my tea. We're going along to the next game, and that's it. At the end of the day, I know recruitment-wise, Solskjaer has done well. Coaching-wise, still suspect for me. Whether he's the man to take the team forward, but I know if you give him the money, he'll get the right sort of player in for Man United, because he always puts the team first. The Wolves victory, I think, and Aston Villa. If you're going to be champions and you're going to challenge, whether we think we're ready or not, you got to win them games. I don't care if it's a deflection last minute like Rashford. We get through with a penalty from Bruno, whatever it is, you just have to pick up the 3 points. So stay in close distance to Liverpool. Liverpool set the standards. Everybody knows this. They're still the favourites at the end of it. And like Dot said earlier, we could lose the next 2 and we're out of the title race. That's how mad the league is this season. So for us, it really is about, for me, less of the performances and more of the winning. Like, we're now in January. We're on the other side of the league season now. Now it's about winning. Like, if we get a Wolves victory every week, I don't care. Like, me personally, I don't care. Now, if we were 10th and whatnot, and I need to see a bit more on the performance-wise, because we're not going for the league anyway. But when you're going for the league, it's a different sort of mentality for me. So Ollie's doing well. He's getting his results. Christmas was good for him. And obviously the whole Pochettino nonsense is way past now. Now he's at PSG and whatnot. So he can settle himself down.
You know what? That's a good point. When he saw that news, he must have thought, with Tenga.
You couldn't deny him. That's the thing. Pochettino's probably sitting there. Listen, he probably wanted the Man United job. And if he got 2 or 3 defeats over Christmas, he probably would have been there right now. Probably. Yeah. But now he's not. Ollie can settle down, focus on the next 4 months of the season and whatnot. And I'm happy with what's going on right now. We're just ticking along. Like, all this title race talk, cool, whatever. Everyone can talk. We just got to tick along. I still see the holes in our team, and Aston Villa and Wolves exposed it as well. Not so much Wolves, but Aston Villa exposed it once again. I think we're too easy to play against, and I'll keep beating on that drum until we work harder up front, whoever's playing up front. But apart from that, we're just getting the wins. We just keep cracking on.
Well, as a Liverpool fan, you are making me a bit uneasy, Coach. I mean,
you shouldn't feel uneasy, man. Liverpool are still in the driving seat now.
But the thing is, we'll come on to Liverpool in a minute, but I think what I was basically saying off camera to someone, United have scored a lot of last-minute winners. They like to get their penalties, and they're just winning games where, you know, I just couldn't see United win last season, like the Villa one, like the Southampton 3-2, and they're getting it this year. And obviously that's the improvements that Manchester United are doing. Bruno Fernandes, so effective, so important to this
that
man.
Wolves one really irritated me. I'm not gonna lie, man.
That's what I mean. Liverpool did that last season. I mean, I remember one game against Sheffield United away where Dean Henderson mucked one up off Wijnaldum's shot, and it just reminded me of that. Oh, the luck is just there for
What
Manchester.
about Origi against Everton?
Yeah, the season before, but even stuff like that. It's just like it's there, but I don't want to discredit Man United too much because they're getting the results, and they're doing
for us as well, Shahab, the biggest thing, well, one of the biggest things over the last few games is the emergence of Eric Bailly. So Eric Bailly coming in is the typical partner that Maguire needs. He just makes Maguire look even more solid back there, to be fair, because they complement each other. What Maguire doesn't have, Bailly has. What Bailly doesn't have, Maguire has. Anything in the air, that's Maguire's time. Anything 1v1 or covering round or pace-wise, it's got to be Eric Bailly, and that's what you need in your partnership. I just feel, for me, we get away with some games thinking that Lindelof is the partner for Maguire, and he's not. He's very similar to Maguire sometimes, but just a slender version. That's what I feel. So I feel the biggest thing for us the last few games has been Eric Bailly, and he's been really solid because what he can do as well, when we can't break the lines quick enough from the back, he can do a 1v1. I know that sounds crazy as a defender, but you see him in tight situations, get out of those situations because of his technical ability and whatnot. He's able to drive forward and play that penetrative pass into the midfielders that should be on the half turn. Whereas when you get Lindelof, you're not going to see Lindelof take on his first man if needed. Now, obviously, you don't want defenders taking on their players. You want them moving the ball quicker. But if needed, you need that centre-back to stretch the game. And they're only going to stretch the game by committing players. And Eric Bailly can do that in tight situations. I've seen it several times over the last few games. But with Bailly, everyone knows his problem. It's injury. At the end of the day, if he stays fit, this is what he can do. But then if next week we turn around and we heard that, you know, touch wood, that he's hurt himself, are United fans going to be surprised? Not really, because that's been his career so far. So if he can stay fit, I think we can go on a good run.
It's interesting, I think, for sure, what you made about Bailly. I think that's probably the only really thing we could really add about United since the last time we spoke. But he's certainly been a revelation, such a crucial tackle at the end.
Yeah.
I've got the player's name. I think it was Kieran Davis, but it was going in, and he really just saved the points for United. And this is what I'm saying earlier. It's just the luck is there for Man United in a good way. And that's really all I can really add on Manchester United. And we'll talk about a title race. Liverpool didn't play this weekend. They are going to play Southampton tomorrow night. But the last time I was here on the podcast, Liverpool drew 0-0 to Newcastle away from home. They drew to West Brom 1-1. They've not beaten 4 out of the bottom 6 sides. They play Burnley later in the month, which is not great. It looks like Liverpool really struggling to break these lower blocks down. They're not looking sharp enough. I think it was different compared to West Brom. I think against West Brom, we didn't see many chances, but against Newcastle, they missed 3 or 4 chances. Liverpool, Darlow had a worldie, typical, but is what happened. I'll ask you guys quickly before I say my thoughts. What do you think is the problem with Liverpool's little blip or bit of their performances against the lower sides? Because they look great. I mean, I forgot to get the picture up, but what I basically saw was they played the likes of Wolves, Leicester, Crystal Palace, Tottenham, all decent enough sides, but they've beaten them. But then they played Fulham, Brighton, West Brom and Newcastle, and they've not beaten them. And tomorrow night, I think Southampton probably go in the decent category with the way I'm explaining it. But yeah, what are you guys saying about Liverpool's little performance level and blip in some way?
It's a weird one because you see those games that you mentioned, right? When they probably had one player, Van Dijk, and they had him there, right? Probably wouldn't. You score the 1 goal that you need, and you just shut up shop. You wouldn't concede again. For the West Brom game, for example, if Van Dijk is playing, that Tunde Ajayi, whatever his name is, wasn't it? Sorry, if I'm watching, whatever his name is, right? He's Nigerian, I should know. But Ajayi, he's not going to score that if Van Dijk is there. I'm sorry, and it would just be a 1-0, 3 points, let's go. But I don't know, man. It's weird. It's weird fragilities at the moment for Liverpool, dropping points where they should not be dropping points. personally, I don't know what it's down to. Just unfortunate, I guess. Unfortunate because that West Brom game, you guys pummeled them. That first half, it should have and could have been 3-0 clean. That first half, right? But the second goal doesn't go in, then it's nervy, then the long balls come in, and then what happened, boy. But yeah, I couldn't put my finger on it, to be honest. Maybe it might just be down to Van Dijk being out, that key player, having that solidity at the back.
Leadership as well, yeah.
Yeah, the leadership and that everyone's got that confidence, like, yeah, the big man's there, we're calm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think it's more of the forwards not finishing.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
The forwards just got to finish their chances a bit more.
I don't think it's a defensive issue because even when they had Matip and Fabinho, I think Matip is a big loss because he's quite injury prone. I think he's very underrated. But I think for me, Salah misses a lot of chances, and I think sometimes that can come back to haunt you. But I think not having Jota is a big miss for them.
Yeah.
I think no Jota is for I don't know how long are you going to be out for. I think that's a big.
I'm not trying to hear the Jota excuse because they didn't have Jota last year and they still put away teams.
Yeah, but Jota's, no, I get that, but Jota's given them a new dimension this season that I don't feel that you can see that what he's added has been something Liverpool have not had. So
because Jota was the one on form.
Not break down teams who like bottom teams who very low block. He can pick out different stuff that maybe the others couldn't, and it's a fresh. Because if you're throwing on Oxlade-Chamberlain, I'm sorry, it's not the same. It's just
impact. Yeah, I hear that. He's missing the impact.
I think they've missed him quite a bit. But I think Liverpool will be fine personally. I think they'll just it happens. Sometimes over December teams pick up draws and that, and then they'll just kick on.
Shahab, as much as I hate Liverpool, listen, I think 19 teams wouldn't mind having Liverpool's blip right now.
Yeah, but
I don't think 19 other teams wouldn't mind being in Liverpool's position right now. The way they are, the players that they've missed, the shuffling they've had to do at the back, and I'm just imagining any other team that lost their big centre back. Like for us, if we lose Maguire, we're messed. We're finished as far as I'm concerned. As much as people get onto Maguire's back, Maguire's been the mainstay at the back for us. So if he's gone, listen, we can have Bailly, Lindelof, whoever you want to have back there. To me, we're going to really struggle.
Talk about even if you lost Fernandes, for example.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Sorry to jump in here and go back to a point in reference to the Man United thing. And it is like in regards to what I see with United now in regards to this title race is they have a player who's reminiscent of what Henrik Larsson did. And I think that's Cavani. I think he'll be important for them because he will pick up goals in games when they need to win. And that's what Henrik Larsson did. And I think United will quietly go about their business. Going out the Champions League might be a blessing for them.
If he's smart and bins the Europa League, play the kids and whatever in the Europa League. It's just
the team you're playing. Who are you playing again? It's a good Spanish team.
Real Sociedad.
They're gonna bin you anyway.
Yeah, that's even beautiful for me. That's beautiful. If we go at the Europa, that's beautiful for me. I'm all about the league. Once you're up there and you're joint top in January, I'm about the league. I don't care about Europa.
Bro, Ole should be looking to excuse himself from that competition for sure.
Yeah, simple.
But back to that point, I don't think Liverpool are in trouble. I think they'll be fine. They'll be there come May with someone else. I'm not sure who. I still think they're the favourites to win it as well. But I wouldn't rule out City.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that you guys just mentioned everything that was in my head anyway. I think, like you said, the way Liverpool have done and the fact that they are still top, I know, level on points with Manchester United shows just what a team and squad and the manager that we have. I hear what you're saying, Dan, on Jota, because we're putting away sides, but I think Jota was obviously scoring the big goals for us as well. He did score big goals against Wolves and Brighton, which we ultimately drew. And so he's been a big miss. The positive thing for Liverpool now is they've got Thiago back, Thiago Alcantara, and he had 20-minute cameo against Newcastle, and we created 2 chances where we should have just scored. And can he set the tempo for Liverpool? Can he be in the middle and control games, and hopefully Salah put some chances away?
Yeah, of course he can, but you just got to keep him fit. He's had these injury problems for a long time now, even at Bayern. Like last season was probably the longest spell I've seen him play a run of games for a few seasons now, because he's had injury problems for a time.
Yeah.
I don't know that.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And obviously, Ibs mentioned Joel Matip as well. He's out for 3 weeks, and we can't speak about it too much because we've run out of time. But the next league game, coach, it's Liverpool with Manchester United. So I think the next...
I don't even care. I don't even care about that game. I don't.
No, hold on, coach. No, don't worry,
because I tell you why I don't care. I tell you why I don't care.
I'm not going to say anything, coach. I'm just saying is the next...
I'm just saying I don't care because I know that Liverpool are going to get up for that game and they'll beat us. They're just a better team. I'm caring about the other points that we need to get. That's what I'm caring about.
Okay.
If we can get a draw at Anfield, fantastic. But I'm not going in there expecting to win.
It's not about expecting to win, but you don't care about the game.
No, I don't. When I say I don't care, when I say I don't care, I'm saying that, I need to see, even if we do lose, what's the bounce back effect? Have we collected points? Are we collecting points the same way we collected before Anfield? I don't want Anfield to rock up and it literally knocks our whole season down the path. That's what I don't want. So with me, go there, go and play whatever you want to go and play. If you lose, great, we crack on. If we get a draw, fantastic, we crack on. If we win, we crack on. Anything the result is, we just keep it moving, because Liverpool at Anfield is not going to determine whether we win the league or not. It's the Wolves matches, it's the Aston Villa matches, it's matches like that that's going to determine. Because Ollie's proved that he can play against the big teams. He's proved it.
Okay. Well, we're just going to wrap it up on there. I would have my thoughts on the game, but Liverpool playing Southampton tomorrow. So if you want to hear what I think, just follow me on Twitter or something, Shahab LFC. You see me waffling, probably stressing as well, because that's the way I am as a Liverpool fan. But yeah, that's all really. One more thing we're going to talk about quickly, and we are running out of time slightly. Leeds United and Marcelo Bielsa. They lost 3-0 to...
Let's talk about this, please. Let us talk about
this is a very good topic.
Yeah,
listen.
We've got 10. Quickly, sorry. I was just going to say, he lost 3-0 to Tottenham Hotspur. Before that, he smacked up West Brom by 5-0. And before that, he lost 6-2 to Manchester United. Nacy was on the show, shout out to him, and he was saying it was such an enjoyable game and Leeds being so enjoyable. I'm going to say my point quickly, and then some of you guys just come in.
Yeah.
We've got 10 minutes or so to talk about it.
Yeah.
I love watching Leeds United, actually. I really love watching Marcelo Bielsa. I think he's fantastic. I think these results are not great, obviously, for him, but they're a promoted side. So if he's smacking up sides like West Brom, like Newcastle United, that's great. When he's playing against the top 6 side, or the so-called top 6, Manchester United and Tottenham, and losing, fine. He had a go. He tried his best. He still got 2 goals on United, and he could have got more, of course, as we were spoken about that side. So what is the big deal for me? So I can see people saying, cool, the way that Monday Night Football and Sky Sports are raving about Leeds United. I can see the big side of it, but I can also see the flip side is, well, hold on, they lost 3-0 and 6-2. How can he praise that sort of performance? But give me this Leeds United side. Give me these sort of sides where they come out to play and are fantastic. I watched Leeds United quite a lot last season. I can't say that I like Leeds a lot as a club, but I love Marcelo Bielsa. And the job that he's doing at Leeds United is fantastic. And look at the squad as well. There's no real players there that you can think, okay, that squad there is absolutely fantastic, or a top half little squad. A few championship players in there as well. Rafinha, great fun to watch. So yeah, that's just really my thoughts on Leeds, to be honest. I'm sure there's someone here that disagrees. But go ahead, what do you guys think, man?
No, I listen, I think I'm a massive Bielsa fan. I remember even saying I knew Leeds were going to do well this year because of the way he sets his sides up. He's very attacking. And I agree with you completely. Like, what is the point of, if you know you're a weaker team, what is the point of just saying we're just going to set up to defend? You're probably going to get pummeled. So why not just go for the game? And I think that's his mentality. He's attacking philosophy.
Yeah, but talk. What about Burnley then?
Yeah, but Burnley, what are Burnley?
They're not exciting, but they're not exciting. When you come up from the Championship, they're not exciting, but they come up from the Championship. How long they been in the Prem now?
Yeah, okay. And where are they in the hit table now?
Okay, cool. No, it might be their turn to go back down and whatnot, but that's what
I'm saying. Bielsa's not interested in that. Oh, it's our turn to go back down. He's saying, look, I'm here to try and win games. We win games. You start a game on a draw. It's 0-0. So it's like, look, let's go for the game. Let's try and win the game. Let's try and commit as many bodies forward, commit bodies in the box, attacking philosophy. I love it. And I love watching Leeds. I love the way they play. I love it.
You see, for the mutual fan, right? Watching Leeds is fantastic. You know you're gonna get a game. You get me?
Literally.
You know what I'm saying? So the thing is with Leeds, they play fantastic football, but they digest many. I'm sorry, man. like, I knew this was going to be a topic today, so I did my quick research. They've conceded 3+ goals, yeah, and lost 7 times this season, guys. You get me? And when I say there's been 5-0s, there's been 6-2s, there's been, you get me, high goal scoring losses for them. So it's all going to well saying attack. But listen, you can't be digesting 5 goals here, 6 goals here. I'm saying Bielsa, he's got to get that balance because they play great attacking football. So if he gets that balance just a bit right, you can stay in the league and you can, you know what I'm saying, you can survive here for a while. But if you keep getting slapped by 5 goals, it's gonna.
But that's
listen, if they survive, it's a great decision. Simple as that. If they survive the season, it's a great decision.
Well, they're going to survive, and this is my point. Like, I think that the balance you're talking about will come from players. You have to remember, he's using a side of players that. How many of the players did you really know before Bielsa got there? Do you get what I'm saying? Ayling got released from Arsenal how many years ago, bro? And I bet you didn't even know who he was. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's a thing, exactly, and that's the reality. Like, Bielsa gets the most out of what he's done. He's done the same thing at Bilbao. He done it partly in France, didn't really get the opportunity, and now he's doing it at Leeds. And it's a thing where, if you look at it, if you compare the resources that he had to the other teams last year in the Championship, Leeds were probably the most resourceful side, and he won the league in flying colours. So imagine what he would do with a top side in the Prem. Do you get what I'm saying? If he had all the resources.
I'd like Leeds to stay up for sure. I'd like them to stay up.
100% they will.
I think they will as well.
They can get beat 6-0, yeah, and the pundits will be saying, yeah, Leeds. We watched Leeds. What a great team, Leeds. They've just been cleared 6-0, guys. 6-0. The commentators, Graham Souness will be like, oh, Leeds, this and that. Leeds, what a great team. How did you get this kind of?
But you know what is the reason why they're doing it is because the next game they know they probably might win 5-0.
Yeah, which was what they do
every week. Yeah, for me, what I'm seeing in Bielsa, just even obviously you don't know about team talks and that. I just think he's told his attacking players, listen, I'm just gonna let you guys express yourself, but you need to run your socks off.
Which is what they do,
I need to see those KMs at the end of the game where we have ran the more than the other teams. When you get the ball, do your thing.
You need to give more credit to Bielsa, bro. You need to give more, because you can see from the patterns of their attacks, bro. Like, he's very,
I agree. Yeah, Dan, sorry, I agree there. Patterns are very important for him. Very important. You can see
he's very organized, very well set up, and like literally the patterns of their attack, the fullback, the way they use their fullbacks. They was on attack yesterday. They had 7 in the box, bro.
When they attack. You know, on FIFA, yeah, ultra attack. Press the button 3 times. They ultra attack. It's like, no, everyone's bombing, like pushing it, like do or die.
Yeah, of course. But as you said, that's the only thing. Teams will pick them off, and that's why.
And the fatigue, it had, like the fatigue of the players, like it's not sustainable for an entire season. That's why they had that blip last year when they went the period where they lost a few games. Even in his first year as well, they missed out on automatic promotion because of the injuries that comes, and especially with a packed schedule from the pandemic. Let's see how long it lasts in the Premier League. So
yeah, for sure, I have to say Leeds, as I said, so entertaining. I don't know if I should talk about it, but I'll just speak about it anyway. Leeds put out a tweet very naughtily, actually, of one of the pundits from Amazon.
Let's talk about this because
okay.
I don't listen.
Just for a minute or two. Well, Karen Kearney actually said on Amazon, she believes that they felt like if the COVID didn't happen, they felt like Leeds would have just went off and it might not have got promoted. Basically, that's what she's trying to say. And she did her research and everything. I think she has a fair point. For someone, I do watch the Championship quite a bit, actually. And I do feel like they would have probably got promoted anyway. So I see the flip side of what she's saying. So in that case, do you think that's a problem for Leeds then? Because if they are winning games and then in the last 10, 15 games, I'll come to you, Gibbs, they drop off, then they might all of a sudden be in a relegation battle because of how the league is standing. So I don't know. Do you think Karen Kearney was correct? Or?
I think she has a point, because if you look at the league's last 2 seasons, as Dan pointed out, they fell off. They had those results where they come in and then they go on a blip and then they fall off. What she said wasn't badly. But it made sense. It made sense because with the way they play and the recovery time they got, they can go again. You have a month or 6 weeks, you can go again. What she said was not wrong. She made a clear point because of Leeds' history in the last 2 seasons. They were going to get promoted. But
When exactly, what are we talking here?
Wait. They got promoted, fine. But there was a likelihood that 2 seasons before they did the exact same thing. So what she's saying made point. We don't know if they got promoted. We don't know. I'm just saying.
He basically said the pandemic was the reason that they got promoted.
Yeah.
They were on a 5-game winning run before they locked off the football, right? That's the facts. Listen, if you say rubbish, expect to get attacked. I'm sorry, man, female, bi gender, bicycle, you get me? All these new things that they.
I didn't say bicycle.
No, all these bi genders that they want to include now, yeah. And if you say rubbish online, expect to get attacked for it. That's, for me, what she said was quite wild. She insinuated that Leeds got promoted because of the pandemic. It supported them. That's false, baby. I'm sorry. That is false. Come on. You've cleared your Twitter now because of what? Oh my God.
I'll tell you what.
Oh my God.
Bicycle. Done.
That's the funniest thing you've ever said.
Bro, honestly, G,
No, you know what?
she's cleared her Twitter. She's come off Twitter now. For what?
We have to wrap it up. Wrap it up.
That's the funniest thing you've ever said.
I hear what you're saying, Dots. Let me just say for all of you at home, we don't condone abuse. Of
course we don't. Listen, abuse for male and female is wrong, but it comes with the job.
But
I feel
like she got more because she's a female pundit.
Yeah, which is not warranted. Which is not warranted at all.
Everyone will laugh if Merson says that.
Yeah,
that's why I think it's a bit unfair.
Yeah, fair. I understand that point.
We'll just wrap up on Leeds quickly, and I'm just gonna say, it's an interesting topic. Let me know in the comments below, guys, and on Instagram what we're saying about Leeds. Great, not great, overrated, underrated. That's it, really. We've got 3-4 minutes left or so, and we've got a question. We did one last week on the youngsters. And this time, it's another start, sub, and sell. 3 top-class, world-class players.
Who we got?
Players are, who would you start, sub, and sell? Is it Sadio Mane, Son Heung-min, or Raheem Sterling? So I'm going to start off first quickly, sorry. And you guys got 3-4 minutes to quickly say what you need to say. I think the order's ready set. And I think I'd probably start Sadio, sub, Son. And it sounds like I'm disrespecting Sterling, but I'm not. He's a fantastic player, top-class player. But I think Mane, Son, and Sterling for me. You guys, what do you think?
I'm going for, Sterling's my guy anyway. As long as Rashford's not on that list, I'm cool. But Sterling's my guy, man. So I'm gonna keep Mane. I'm gonna sub Son and sell Sterling.
Yeah.
So all that hype for Sterling, are you?
Oh, that's what I said. Sterling. I said, yo, Sterling's my guy. That's what I wanted to say first. Because, but at the end of the day, them two players, come on, man. Like for me, the Sterling and Mane, they all offer goals. That's number one. All of them offer goals. But now I'm looking at individually what they bring. You know what I'm saying? Who's got really that X factor? And for me, the other two have the X factor over Sterling. That's what I mean. But still Sterling over Rashford, 100%.
Yeah, just to echo Coach, pretty straightforward for me as well. Starts Mane, sub Son, and unfortunately, I'll take 60 million for Sterling, but he can get there out of here. I like Sterling. I like Sterling, but out of the three, let's keep it real. Cash in.
Yeah, I just got to say, before I even answer this, Coach, you watched the game today. After last week, you were talking nonsense about Foden. But anyway.
Hold on.
You were talking nonsense about Foden.
Hold on.
And do your free.
You know it is. Cool. Next time.
We'll talk about that. But yeah, anyway, it's the same as everyone else. I think
next time. Don't bring Foden up. Next time.
Okay.
I might
I've seen Foden before. That's why.
Calm down, Coach. Calm down. Shit.
I might have to be controversial here.
He's going to start Son.
Nah, I'm going to stick with the same. Mane, sell.
Don't force it, bro.
I'm saying there's no point, bro.
It's the way for me. But it wasn't easy for me to just put Mane in because Son is quality.
I love Son.
For me,
I love Son.
Mane would start over the other 200%.
Yeah.
But it wasn't easy.
Wow, unanimous, boy.
Cool, that's fine. Hopefully have a different one next week or 2 weeks.
Yeah, bring Foden next week. Bring Foden.
Why are you angry?
Don't bring him with no youngsters. Bring him with some first teamers around his age.
Hey, drink your tea, man. Relax, man.
My tea's finished, man.
All right, guys. Well, it's been a long podcast. Actually, I was just going to say congrats to Ryan Garcia for beating, what's his name, Luke Campbell.
Campbell, yeah.
Luke Campbell dropped him second round. He didn't finish him off. I was hoping he would, but he didn't. But fair enough.
Listen, Garcia's one is gonna come. His L is gonna his train is gonna be derailed. Please.
Well, he could fight.
The top boys in lightweight division, they will bounce his head back to Mexico.
Vontae Davis beats him.
And you're talking about Haney and Tank, yeah?
Yeah. Javon Tank Davis and Haney. Even if you wanted to go further up to the champ, what's his name again? My mind's gone blank. Who's the main champ, coach? The main champ that just won the 3 belts.
Who? What weight class?
Lightweight.
Teofimo.
Yeah, sorry, Teofimo Lopez. Those 3 will deal with him badly, and his crown will fall off. De La Hoya will be looking left and right. It'll be bad for him, but it will soon come. His type training is now at the moment like, yeah, Garcia. But when he faces them, from what I saw yesterday, oh God, if Tank hits you, bro, it's good night. We've seen it. It's good night, man.
Well, yeah, that's it really. The boxing there. We've talked a lot on this show. It's gone over an hour. Chelsea v Manchester City, Lampard. We talked about Arsenal and the youngsters. We talked about Manchester United, the title race, Liverpool, Leeds. Great discussion, and obviously the start, sub, and sell. But yeah, guys, just subscribe to Team Talk TV, man. I mean, it's going well. We do see your comments, the few ones on Instagram and on YouTube. Make sure you have a look at Coach's book, Asset and Liabilities. That'll always be in the link on Amazon.
Yes.
Dan, great to speak to you obviously as well. And Chelsea, pouring your heart out, man. That's what I love. I remember Coach did one on Woodward. That was good. Dot's great to have you here. First time I've been hosting with you. And Ibs, great to have you on as always. Follow me on Twitter at ShahabLFC. And yeah, just guys, subscribe to Team Talk TV. And next time, Liverpool and Manchester United, me and Coach will be here, and we'll be in the next one.
Cool, man.
Nice one, boys.
God bless.
Sweet.